Hello and welcome everybody to the 23rd episode of the Fourshade Studios podcast. I'm Blake Bodenhammer. I'm here with
Devin Devon.
and
Rock Ferguson.
you heard it. We're the Fourshade Studios crew. Pose over there on the couch, chilling. And it is a beautiful October 5th Saturday afternoon.
We're hiding
It's a
from all the
spooky.
football people.
Yeah. There's a football game today. We're hiding inside doing a podcast.
Yep.
Let's be nerds.
Nerds. So, lots of things happened since we talked.
Not really.
But that you mean nothing.
I honestly feel like a little. It seems like nothing, but I feel like a lot of games came out, and I mean, we didn't play all the games that came out, but a fair amount of games came out. I feel like at the end of September.
Okay, take it away then. Tell us everything that happened.
Well, let's talk Link's Awakening. That's our big game that came out that we've been excited for.
Blake beat it in one day.
2 days.
Sorry, 2 days.
That's how not to have extended fun with the game. I'm
That's-
through 3/4 of it.
I could not stop playing it because it was so awesome. So
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't that
I
I
guess
like.
we-
It wasn't that I wanted to just grind it out because I was like, oh, I need to beat this game. I would like play a temple and then I'd be like, ooh, I like really just want to like explore this area, do this, and then like I would just find myself like doing all these side things, and then like I would be at the next temple. I'd be like, well, gotta do it.
I remember you even saying at one point, you were like, I'm going to be really upset when I beat this in 2 days, but I'm going to keep playing because it's so good.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'll get into why I beat it quickly in a second, but what like before we get into it like in depth, like what were your just first impressions?
So, this was an obligation buy for me. I had no expectations whatsoever.
Right.
And as I'm playing through it, like I said, I'm 3/4 of the way through it intentionally. I think this might be one of the games that I just start a new file and play through again afterwards. And that is like the highest compliment ever coming from me. Because
Why?
it's just,
Why? Why do you say that? Like,
'Cause
why are
it's
you gonna
just
play it
the-
again?
it's the perfect amount of short bursts of fun, I guess. And
Yeah.
it's like the prototypical 2D Zelda. Everything's there that makes 2D Zelda fantastic.
Yeah. I agree with that.
That's what I got.
I mean, when I started it up, I had already seen the little intro sequence that's kind of like, in that cartoony anime style where he's getting shipwrecked.
Yeah.
They'd already shown that off, I think at E3, so I already knew about that. But then, like, when he was actually shipwrecked on the island, and he was meeting, I can't remember her name, Malin, something.
Mary.
When he was first meeting her and like the music was playing and like the sea sounds and the seagulls and everything, I was like, this is like awesome. So from like
Yeah.
a
Yeah. With some of the games, they always pick like an art direction. Go ahead.
it was just like the music was the thing that got me, because I already knew the art style was going to be like, I was going to like it a lot because it was like kind of this claymation, like almost, it kind of reminds me of like Pikmin in a way, which I really like the Pikmin kind of art style. But the music was really what got me when I was actually playing it like at home, because I'd already played this game before, and then I'd already got the sneak preview of what it looked like. So just like getting this new element like the music was just like awesome. And like hearing it with all like the different instruments, like I've heard the music before, but it's been on like a Game Boy, which obviously is much different than what it is now. So that was, I don't know, that was a super super cool surprise. So yeah.
I have very few opinions because I didn't play it and I hardly saw you playing it.
Yeah.
It looked cute and the windfish looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
Even,
spoilers.
even though it's a whale, it's not a fish.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, spoilers.
I'm sorry. I forget you don't finish things.
So yeah, you said you're 3/4 the way through.
Yeah, I'm on dungeon number 7, I think. But I guess you said you beat it in a day, and I could definitely see
2 days.
how you do that. No,
Yeah.
2 days. So, first of all, like everybody was complaining, like you're paying $60 for a 15-hour game or whatnot, and to me, that's not a problem at all, and that's actually kind of perfect. Like,
Well, like
obviously,
I feel like I definitely played more than 15 hours, and I still feel like I feel like 15 hours is maybe like the bare minimum. Like if you know nothing going, like of course people are going to beat this game quickly if they've already played it before, but like if you know nothing about this game, there's like actually some tricky stuff that you have to figure out, and like a lot of hidden stuff that is going to take you way longer than 15 hours if you want to obviously like 100% complete it. But I don't know, I feel like I beat it in like 2 days, but I feel like there's still like a million, not a million things, but like just some side questy type stuff that I want to go do and complete.
right. And what really stands out to me, because I think I've probably played 15 hours and gotten where I'm at,
Yeah.
because there's the world's so compact, you spend absolutely no time just trying to get places, which I love, because
Yeah. Yeah.
that's kind of the grinding in Zelda,
Yeah.
usually in the early stages of it. And two, there's so much to quote distract you while you're walking around because everything's so compact. You can spend the time and like really try and find all those secrets as you are doing that tiny bit of traveling. There's always a wall to bomb or another little secret room with,
Right.
a treasure chest in it.
Well, that's what I
So
liked. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
I've spent a good amount of time just, looking around for that reason more than
Right.
because I actually want to go somewhere
Yeah.
because I know there's going to be stuff to find.
Yeah, and like that's exactly what like I was like saying at the top of this. It was like I would do like the first dungeon and like I don't know, unlock some item, and then like I'd be like, "Oh, like I can use this on like 10 different places that I've seen like coming to the dungeon, or like paths that I've taken previously." So I'm like, part of me was like, I need to go back to all these places and like use the bombs or use the hook shot or whatever to find all these like secret things. And with the world being so compact, it is so easy just to like get sidetracked, for me at least, because I see all these things. Since I played a bunch of Zelda games before, I'm like, oh, there's like a little creek right here with like wood on each side. That means I need like the hook shot to like traverse this. Or, just little things like that. Like, oh, there's all these cracks in the wall. Like, I'm going to have to come back here with a bomb. So I try to like make mental notes of those in my head and like try to get a lot of that stuff done like in between dungeons, and then just like meander around basically until I was at something else that I needed to do, like plot wise.
Right. And actually, that's another thing I really enjoy. There's a lot of little, I want to say, quality of life things that are just perfect. Like you said, you take note of things as you're walking around that you might be able to unlock earlier.
Yeah.
Like I've been putting stamps all over the map with just
Right.
treasure chests and what item I think I need for that.
Yeah.
And so when I go get that item, I already have it all stamped out.
Yeah. I
And
forgot to do that until about like halfway through, because I can. That wasn't like a thing in the original, the stamps. So I was like, oh yeah, I could be like marking these special locations. So I definitely did that for the second half because I feel like at that point the map had opened up so much that I couldn't keep track of all of it in my head. I was like, I'm gonna forget all of this.
right. And it's also helped me like even places that look like there's something,
Yeah.
but at the moment you can't do anything with them.
Mm-hmm.
My best example was the ghosts that you pick up shortly after doing the water dungeon, for lack of a
Yeah.
better term,
Yeah.
the pink ghost.
Yeah. It's like
And
following
then
you
he asks you
around.
to bring it to the house,
Yeah.
the spooky house in the south.
Right.
Earlier I'd gone in that house, I'm like, okay, this is something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they said, take me to the grave. Well, I was really confused at first that I had put like a question mark over the grave with the flowers because you couldn't do anything
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
So things like that like fell into place a lot easier because I had already explored and already like marked it all down. I enjoyed how much sense I guess it made
Right.
because I've already done the exploring part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, how have you done much with the trading sequence?
The what?
The trading sequence, like trading all the items to all the different people?
So right now, I might have a pineapple. No, I have a banana, and I know exactly where it needs to go because I talked to someone
Oh yeah,
earlier.
that's right.
But so at no point have I been stuck because it all seems to go with where I'm exploring thus far and at the end. So we'll see
Right.
if it gets worse. But so far, it hasn't been annoying. Like I've always talked to someone that said, "Oh, I need this thing."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the game makes it fairly obvious. It's not like a big, like, I don't know. All of them are like, oh, I need bananas. Like, give me bananas. So you're like, oh, this is definitely part of the trading sequence. It's not
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's not like some obscure thing where you would never think to bring the item to the person. But
right.
this was I was reading, this is actually the first game that ever had a trading sequence, which I thought was kind of neat. Because the first one that I guess I remember was probably like Ocarina of Time, getting like the big Goron sword and just other
Yeah,
things after that. Um, but I thought this was kind of neat that this is where it kind of originated from. I wish they would do something. I wish, like in Breath of the Wild, there was like a really long trading sequence or something. Like I don't
build
even
in
know what you
DLC.
would get. Like, and it wouldn't even have to be anything like super cool, but I think it would just be neat. Because I mean, like the reward at the end of getting like all the uh, seeds, whatever they're called, Korok seeds, is like
Yeah,
nothing anyways. So it's like just
Well, I was about to say, isn't that like a trading sequence in a way? Because you can trade them to upgrade
well,
weapons and
not.
stuff.
I wouldn't say in the sense that this is,
Hmm.
because it's like in like Link's Awakening, it's like you give someone a bow, and then like they give you a different item, and then like you have to give the item that they gave you to someone else. You just like keep exchanging
Hmm.
items until you get the last one.
Hmm.
and the people aren't right next to each other. They're just random people all over the map. So it's kind of in
Yeah,
a
Hmm.
forced exploration type thing.
yeah. I guess with Breath of the Wild, it'd be like incredibly difficult because the map is so big.
Yeah,
It would have to be like a super super standout character, which that's what makes I think the trading sequence here so kind of easy, but also like kind of charming is that all the characters I feel like do stand out. There's not like just any throwaway characters in the game, so it's
Right.
like you know exactly where you're taking things once you get the item. So I like it. I wish I'd do more of it, but I don't know how they would do it.
Yeah, the comment about all the characters being standing out. I think the upgrade to Switch graphics and music and everything really helps that. Like, and the
Yeah,
fact that the map's so small that they're really able to like put even more personality into the houses of those characters.
yeah.
Like
Well, and just
the
like the details that are in some of like the houses is like crazy. Like the very first house that you like wake up in or whatever, or I guess that you go where Marin lives is like just filled with stuff. Like there's like pots and books and just all these little things that like in the when I was playing it on the Game Boy, like of course they wouldn't put that stuff in there because it's like how are you going to represent all that on such a tiny screen, but also like in kind of pixel art graphics.
That actually brings up one of my very stupid minor gripes about the game.
What's
Every
that?
single one of the houses is extremely detailed like that,
Yeah,
but you can't go up and inspect almost everything like you can in Pokemon. It has some little quirky
yeah,
like text. Usually that's not the case. There's only a few things
yeah.
that
I
give you
actually
that.
tried to do that with a lot of the stuff at the very beginning, and I found exactly what you were saying. It's like you can like inspect like the bookcases or like the closets or something, but that's like the extent of it.
Yep.
But that kind of gives me hope because like I feel like with Pokemon Sword and Shield coming to the Switch, I feel like they're gonna kind of do the same thing that they did with this and make the interiors of the houses, from what I've seen at least, like super detailed. So maybe they will add a bunch of just quirky comments and stuff about just basically every item.
I really hope so.
Yeah. Um.
Oh, another thing, the
Yeah.
difficulty. This is not a hard game, and I love
Right.
that fact because I'm a wimp.
Well, that's part of
So
why I was getting
I
through it so
know
quick.
most people hate Skyward Sword because of how much like,
Yeah.
and this game does that, but I don't think it's as bad. But it's still pretty explicit where you need to go, and I think it's like the perfect amount.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, like the map is so small that it's and like the I feel like all the dungeon entrances are so just like flamboyant that it's like you can't miss a dungeon really. And
Yeah,
like the in what I was saying at the beginning too is like the reason why I felt like I got through a lot of it so quickly was like I feel like some of the early dungeons were very easy. Like I feel
yeah.
like the first one took me like 10 minutes or something. And then I was like, "Oh, wow, okay. That was the first dungeon. Sweet." Yeah.
And I guess it's kind of a bad thing, but I didn't feel like cheated or something because of that. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean like the first couple were easy, but and then the the ending ones are definitely much more difficult and like and I think just bigger. Like have more rooms, so of course they're going to take longer. And like the puzzles expand, some of them expand throughout the entire dungeon. It's not just like a puzzle is confined to a room. So, yeah. I mean, it does a
yeah,
good job of like ramping up its difficulty as you go further and further, which I mean it should if it's a good game. It's trying to kind of teach you things as you go. Bless you.
Thanks. Can I close this window? There's a window that just popped up on the computer. Sorry.
Freaking iTunes is trying to update.
Dang Apple.
So yeah, um, have you done I don't know. I don't want to spoil it or not. I don't want to spoil it, so maybe not. Have you done the? I'll try to say it as vague as possible. Have you done the optional dungeon? Do you know about
The
the option?
color,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
color dungeon.
yeah,
So I get why it's called the color dungeon, but at the same time I don't, because like the colors,
yeah. That
they're there, but that's about it. I thought it
I
was
Yeah, I feel like in the Game Boy version, like it had much more to do with colors for some reason. But yeah, I agree. In the Switch version, it's like, why is this called the color dungeon? Like things are like more colorful, sure, but I don't know.
yeah. So because of that, I thought it was just kind of like the first two dungeons. I walked through the entire thing.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the puzzles that involved like switching the little like balloon bulb things that switch color
Oh
every time you
yeah.
hit them.
Yeah.
Those were cool. But the rest of the dungeon was like the easiest thing ever, and
Yeah, I thought that
yeah,
was very easy. I didn't remember it being that easy either, but I mean, it seems like this game was like a one for one remake, so I'm sure it was.
yeah.
What did you end up picking what tunic?
Um, as someone whose favorite color is blue, I couldn't pass up having Link in a blue tunic instead of a red tunic, so I chose
You
blue.
choose blue. Yeah, I choose red.
And, and I was not disappointed because it's like a nice sky blue.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I
yeah,
I originally picked
I enjoy having Link in different tunics. So
yeah, I
it was
originally
kind of like when we played the original.
yeah.
Sorry, you're cutting out.
Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, on the original one, I thought that was super cool how it was like I can't remember. It was like didn't we get the red one first and then the next upgrade was the blue one?
Right.
Yeah, I picked the red one first and then I wanted to see what the blue one would look like on Link, so I went back through it. I got the blue one and then I was like, well, I'm glad I got to see what this looks like, but I actually want the red one. So I went back and got the red one.
Nice.
But I feel like I got that very. I feel like I got that really early on because I found. Uh, I saw that book in the library on the top of the shelf.
Like right when you started, probably.
Yeah, well, in
Yeah.
it, I feel like this game has so many connections to like A Link to the Past, which we just beat when you were here.
But it's better.
Yeah, because like in Link to the Past, you do that exact same thing in the library. You have to use the Pegasus boots to hit the book off the top shelf, which is exactly what you do there. You get the book, it tells you to go to the color dungeon. So I basically remembered that in my head, and I went to the color dungeon right after I got the Pegasus boots, which is I think early, like after the second or third dungeon, I want to say.
Yeah, third. I waited another one, so I didn't do it till like the fifth, I think. But
Yeah,
I will say the little code in that book, it just has arrows
yeah,
in a specific design.
right.
That completely stumped me. I knew I had to go to the graveyard, but I couldn't figure out that which headstones to push because I didn't
Oh,
realize that the pattern was
yeah.
the
There's like
pattern of
five of
headstone.
the gravestones as compared to like the group of six or whatever.
Yeah, so I cheated.
Mm,
That was the one place I had to cheat.
yeah. I didn't even remember that. I was expecting to push a gravestone and then get like a heart piece. I like completely forgot about the color dungeon. So like when it was like a dungeon entrance when I went down there, I was like, "What the heck?" Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, for the color dungeon, you get the red or the blue tunic. Red does double damage, or I think you do. I think it's double.
yeah,
And then with the blue tunic, you take half damage that you would from enemies. So definitely a good little buff. like super super early on.
I guess, do you have any gripes with the game? Because I have one more that I wish, like, I guess not great, but I wish they did more. Uh,
Um, I'll think about it. Tell me yours, and I'll think about it as you're talking about it. I don't
so, as you've
know.
said multiple times, like, the art style is adorable. Like, there's no other way to put that.
Yeah,
But I absolutely love the, like, maybe two, three movie parts that are in it.
yeah,
Like, they're more adorable because the characters actually, like, have facial expressions and animations and stuff that bring them to life. But the problem is there's only like two or three of these that I've seen the entire game so far.
yeah,
I would have wished I wish there were more just to see more of that because it seems like these characters have a really good have really big opportunity to like express themselves, yet they don't because they limited it to what they did on the Game Boy.
yeah. That
So
is
like
true.
when you have Marin or whoever following you, I heard you can go to a certain spot and see an extra cutscene.
Right.
I had
Yeah.
to put an extra save file so I can do that later. But like if you just follow what you're supposed to do in the game, you don't really see much other than she goes to the middle of the animal village and they all start singing.
Yeah. I I was looking also. If you take Marin to the what's it called? The little crane game shop. You you can pick. She operates the controls of the crane, and
Oh,
she picks up the shop owner and like drops him in the little chute, and he like kicks you out. When like
this is why I saved. I wanted to see stuff like this.
yeah, because like when you're playing it as Link, you can only make it go up and then to the right. And
Yeah.
the way the crane is positioned, the guy is down and to the right of the crane, so you could never do that on your own. But I thought that was just a super cool addition. Speaking of the crane, well, I guess I'll say my gripe first. I couldn't think of very many big ones, but one thing that I did not like was the blurring around the edges of the screen. I don't know why I just didn't like that. Like I get the kind of feel that they were going for, but I would have just much preferred it just being clear, like it was how the focus was in the center of the screen.
I guess as an extension of that, does the frame rate drop? Do the frame rate drops bother you at all?
I was reading before I played it about frame rate drops, but I feel like I only experienced that like literally one time, and I can't even remember when it was now.
Nope, it happens every time you switch like environments. So you know how you go from like town to the forest, it gets all dark and
Yeah.
whatnot. Like every time that happens, it cuts from 60 to 30 frames a second.
Huh.
I see it, but I don't care. I don't understand it. I don't understand why people care.
Yeah, I
Back
don't
to your
know. I guess I really didn't even notice.
then that's good to
Which is yeah, I
know.
mean that's a good thing.
But back to your thing though, did you happen to see the analysis that some people did about how the bottom of the screen is just done wrong and it ruins the entire effect of the
Uh-uh.
blurring?
What does it do? I didn't
So
see this at all.
essentially what they are going for, what people presume they're going for, is like the model look, as you said. Like you're
Yeah.
looking on a really small model of this,
Right.
which would mean you have a very small frame of focus,
Yeah.
which explains the blurring on the top and sides. The
Okay.
problem is on the bottom, it's just literally a line of blurriness, right?
Okay.
If you were actually doing that effect as a camera would, as in a camera zoomed in on a model,
Mhm.
things like the top of trees would be blurry, but the ground beneath them would not. behind them,
Oh,
I guess, and
yeah,
further away from the character.
yeah, okay,
So the way they do it is just blur everything down there, which approximates it, but it's not right.
yeah, okay, yeah,
And
that makes sense.
I think that's actually why it's bad. Now that someone's pointed it out to me, like I like the blurring if that was done right, but because that's not right, the whole thing gets kind of ruined.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look now that I know that. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Huh,
I forgot where I saw that, but it was a very good argument, and
right. Yeah,
so
I mean,
I'm
like, but
okay with the
that,
blurring.
like,
That
gameplay wise, I have no gripes. Like, the music was amazing, no gripes there. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, because I was expecting literally just Link's Awakening, what I played on like my Game Boy Color, but like rezzed up, like completely redone, and I thought they did like an amazing job of it. So
literally every 2D Zelda should be done like this now.
I know that's like exactly what I was thinking. Like, since we just played Link to the Past right before this, I was like, just imagine Link to the Past like this.
That yeah, and I told you at one point, like I played through 3/4 of the Minish Cap on Wii U Virtual Console,
Oh
but
yeah,
didn't finish it because the Switch came out. I thought it was a great game, but I'm not going to go back to it because it's on the Wii U. But
Yeah.
they remade it. I still think it was a great game.
yeah,
So yeah, I hope more of these come.
yeah. That'd be awesome. So yeah, you just gotta beat it now, and then we'll talk about the ending.
Sure. I didn't know I was on a time limit.
You're not on a
It's
time
fucking
limit, but
actually,
whenever you do. Have you? There is a secret ending if you don't die at all. Have you died?
I have no, I haven't died, and I've specifically avoided it because you told me that. Which
It's
I'm
like
very
it's
glad
like
you
the
did.
it's like the it's. Don't expect much. It's like literally a 5-second thing, but it's pretty cool.
Sure.
So yeah, Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. It is cool.
I've been awakened to its greatness.
Yes. You think they're gonna remake this in like 20 years?
So that's what I was trying to say earlier. It's like this version is good enough to last 100, I would hope, whereas the Game Boy version just plainly isn't.
Yeah, I can see that. What I would love is if we got a remake of Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, because
That's
I think they use the same. What am I trying to say? Like pieces.
sprites.
Like yeah, like tile sets and sprites and everything.
Yeah.
I think Link's Awakening, I believe, came out first. I might be wrong, but then I think Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons came after, and they use like all the same assets and everything. So like, okay, use the same assets and remake these maybe.
That makes the most sense. And once the two I forgot, but I'd be just as happy to play those.
Because
So-
growing up, I enjoyed those way more than I enjoyed Link's Awakening. So seeing those remade, I would just, yeah, this would be awesome.
What's funny is when I picture your Game Boy, that's the one I picture inside of it because
Yeah.
literally that was what I always remember was in your Game Boy.
Yeah, I would play that like all the time. So though, yeah, here's to hoping that they eventually do that. So yeah. What else we have news-wise?
Devin has some news on the only thing that matters to her, I think.
True.
Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
I'm about to catch this one. It's so there was a 24-hour live stream of a section in the Galar region,
Yeah.
R.
called Glimwood Forest, I think, and it's like a little mushroom forest.
Yeah, you can from the world map. It's kind of on the left side, the
Yeah.
west side of it. It's like you see a bunch of big mushrooms and things.
Yeah. But basically what was happening is that Pokemon would just like kind of walk through. People saw Pikachu a lot. Impidimp came back, even though Impidimp hasn't really been officially revealed. But
Yeah.
it was good to see it in action. But overall, pretty boring, except they revealed a new Pokemon. And before like we officially knew what it was, people were like trying to speculate what it was because they're in like the top right corner or something.
Well, because like the first couple glimpses of it, they did it very like smart. Where at the beginning of the stream, you kept getting very quick, very small glimpses of like little parts of its body, which like was strategically done so you couldn't make out what it was.
But anyway, so on the side of the screen there was like this fluffy thing kind of bouncing along,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's a unicorn. And Blake was like, oh, it totally is, it looks like Ponyta. And then it came out later, it was at the very end they showed Galarian Ponyta, which is like this fluffy unicorn version of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's white and it has like a black and white striped horn, and its mane and tail, well, its mane is very fluffy, but its tail, one of them had a fluffy tail and the other one looked like a lion's tail. How sometimes illustrations of unicorns are shown, they have like almost a lion-like tail. So maybe that's
Yeah,
difference
with like a little tuft of fur
yeah,
at the
maybe
end of
that's
it.
like the difference between male and female.
That's what I thought.
But when they like snuggled each other, the cloudy like mane went rainbow.
Yeah, it, like lit up.
Yeah, it was very cute.
It's definitely a good regional variant.
Yeah,
It looks like a My Little Pony.
I
yeah,
know.
it does.
Yeah.
But it makes me really excited for what Galarian Rapidash is gonna look like.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
What if it's a
excited.
Pegasus? What if it's like a flying unicorn?
It
So
might be.
actually, I've never played a game with the variants. Does that mean Rapidash is definitely going to have a Galarian?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
So they don't just
well,
have like
that's the thing. It's like sometimes they'll do a regional variant for like
The second
the
form.
second form, like for
Execute and Executor. Execute
Yeah.
didn't have any regional variant in the Alola region, but
Yeah.
Executor was the big, long, like palm tree looking thing.
right.
and, like same for like Marowak. Marowak had an Alolan form, which
But Cubone
but
did
Cubone
not.
didn't.
So I feel like if they have the first form,
Yeah, we've never seen a first
have to.
form not evolve with its variant.
yeah, because that would be really
Okay.
disappointing. I feel like if you had this new exciting thing and then it evolved into something like we've all seen before.
Yeah.
So
Which,
And-
yeah, well, I was kind of worried about that because when they showed Galarian,
Zigzagoon.
yeah, Zigzagoon, and was it
Linoon.
Wheezing?
Oh, and wheezing, yeah.
Because they didn't do coughing, did they?
It might
No.
have been
I don't
coughing.
remember if they did or not, but I think
No,
it was
it was
only,
definitely wheezing.
like we saw it only for the ends of those lines. I was like, oh, like
Not
maybe they're.
Zigzagoon.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think it was just wheezing.
Yeah.
But either way, I don't really care. Like, as long as there's something
Wait, was
to look.
Zigzagoon? It's the only that regional variant gets the third.
No, that's
version?
the second. Or maybe.
I think that's what it is.
I don't remember.
Regardless, yeah, but it should. I mean, we haven't seen Rapidash in this new form, but
I want it to be a Pegasus.
based off like the way all the other Pokemon work, we definitely should.
If
It's
it's
probably
not-
pretty weird, but like I hadn't heard of that form until you just said it. But I've loved how much they played off like British and UK stuff to create these new Pokemon.
I know, it's
Yeah.
like,
awesome.
The national animal of Scotland is a unicorn, so it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
the Weezings have like top hats and like mustaches and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Like, if these appear, well, I guess they probably won't appear in any other games, but it's obvious they come from this game, I guess, and
Yeah, yeah. Well, it like
this region.
that is true. Like, and it really like gives you a place to pinpoint the Pokemon because it's like, for me, some of the water Pokemon kind of blend generations just because I'm never really a big fan of like the Pokemon that you just like go into the water and fish up because a lot of them just kind of blur to me.
They're just fish, yeah.
Yeah, bless you.
Thanks.
So it's like, but yeah, like if I see like a Galarian Weezing, it's going to be impossible not to think of this generation, which I think is really smart. I think we talked about this one of our other episodes was I was saying something about like Surfetched is now a thing. Weezing has like a new form. I was speculating that maybe like more Gen 1s would get some regional variants, so I was very happy to see that like, okay, now we got Ponyta. Like, I wonder if we'll get any more Gen 1 love with regional variants or even other generations.
I think it makes the most sense to give variants to the older Pokemon, because that's how you kind of get away from the staleness of having just a Ponyta in every 7 generations or whatever they're at now.
Yeah,
like,
it keeps them
and,
like relevant too. It keeps the old ones relevant.
Right.
I hope they do a Gen 2 one, because we've seen Gen 3 now. We've seen Gen 1.
Was Zigzagoon, you're saying? Yeah.
So I want to see some from Gen 2.
Gen 2 would be good.
Gen 2 has
Do
some
we
of the
have any
best
Gen
Pokemon.
2 regional
I
variants?
don't think so. Not that I
Because
recall.
Alolan was only Gen 1, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. And Zigzagoon's the only Gen 3 one?
That we've seen.
Yeah, I guess.
I want Gen 2.
What
it's
if it
my
was?
favorite.
What if it was like a? I don't know. I was gonna say Mareep, but like since Wooloo is already
Wooloo is already
one of their debut Pokemon,
yeah,
I don't think
no.
they'll do anything like that.
I was thinking like maybe Stantler or something, like a deer.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. But I'm excited. It's only like a month away. A month and a half.
Yeah, what? November 20th?
Yeah.
So it'll be
Pretty
quick.
soon.
A month and a half, we'll have it.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna drop
And
out of
you've
grad
got
school.
Luigi.
Oh
Mansion
yeah, Luigi's Mansion at the
before
end
that.
of the month.
Oh yeah.
And they haven't shown anything bad about that yet.
Right.
Like,
I think it's gonna be really good. I saw that I think someone got their hands on it and they were playing through some level, but I was like, for this, I'm just gonna not look at anything. I really just want to go into this blind and see what it's like.
yeah.
I feel like I've read enough as is. Like, I know that there's going to be different areas, and it's not going to have some of the same problems that people said the second one had. So, I guess that's promising.
Definitely.
What else? Dragon Quest came out.
Haven't played it.
I still need to pick up the full copy of that. We played through the demo. I really liked the demo. It was super long, which is crazy. So if you're on the fence about getting that game and you haven't played the demo, like, I feel like the demo, you'll 100% know what you're getting into. It's not like a game where it's like the demo gives you just like the greatest hits of the game. It's like, this is literally the first however many hours of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And your save file from the demo becomes your save file for the game, right?
Yes, which is awesome. Because that's one thing that I almost never play demos, because especially if it's like a timed demo or like something like this where you're playing basically from the start of the game. It's like I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do all the boring tutorial stuff at the beginning again. Like I'll just do it when I play it. I'll read stuff up on it, but I'm not gonna play a demo if I'm just gonna have to replay it. So this, yeah,
Right.
that was really smart that they did that. I'm super interested too. The demo doesn't allow you to go into 2D mode or use the I don't know what they call it. Basically the MIDI style music. So once you get the full copy, you can play the entire game in 2D and with that style of music, which I think I'm probably just going to keep it with the modern style, but I'll definitely at least check it out. So yeah.
Yeah, that always. I've never played a Dragon Quest, but that seemed like a very odd feature. Just because it seems, I wonder whether you'd ever want to do that for any reason other than nostalgia.
I think that's really all it is. It's just like a nostalgia play. But I don't know. Like it might be a good way, like a retention thing. Like, all right, I beat the entire game one way. Now I'll see what it's like the other way. I don't really know.
Yeah, I can see that.
I just don't know how they're gonna do some of like the super detailed world in the 3D version, like how that's going to translate to the 2D version. I feel like it's just gonna lose too much, but I don't know. It's hard to say until I actually play it.
You'll have to report back.
Yep. So I'll pick that up at some point. What else?
Ring
The,
Fit Adventure.
Ooh, Ring Fit is gonna come out in like 2 weeks,
Something.
October
Are you gaining-
18th.
Are you gaining weight every week so that you can?
I like
use
almost.
it?
I like feel like I seriously like almost am.
What?
Not purposely, but like I've like at work. There's so many snacks and stuff. I'm like, I've just been like, oh well, I'm gonna start on this Ring Fit adventure.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
I'm like, what's to lose?
I'm about to.
Devin, you
spank
know you're
you.
going to be playing right alongside. So
Exactly. It's fine.
It,
It looks good. It actually looks good. Since we first talked about it, I've watched a bunch of videos and previews and reviews, and it looks like something that I could actually enjoy.
Yeah. At first I thought it looked kind of stupid.
I do too.
Um,
Honestly.
Especially like the ring looked really,
Yeah.
really dumb. But I also I want to start exercising more. But I also hate exercising like half the population.
you are the target market.
I
Exactly.
know.
How
Like-
can we gamify this?
Like, I need it to be fun. I can't just go into a gym and torture myself for like 30 minutes. My brain needs something to keep it entertained, and to justify putting myself through pain.
Well,
You need to start playing this when he does, so you can like one up each other. Like,
yeah.
I'm level 37 in Ring Fit. You better get on this.
Oh God, we're gonna end up like killing each other that way.
Well, I guess how much have you looked much up about this game? Is
I
it,
know everything from the announcement trailer, and that's about it. Because
well, let me just report on some of the stuff that I have been looking at, I guess. From what it looks like, there's the adventure mode, which has it's the meat of the game, I would say. It's like where all the plot takes place and everything.
wait, there's a plot.
Yes.
It's already better than I expected.
I know.
The big bad is like a big like bodybuilder evil dragon looking thing.
I really like him because he like does poses and stuff.
Yeah, he
a
like does his
bodybuilder would do.
bodybuilding like stage poses.
It's really silly, and like some of the moves that you do against him, it's like slapping him or like kneeing him in the face, and it's like a workout thing.
Yeah. It's like you're using body weight exercises that if someone was standing in front of you while doing these body weight exercises, you would hurt them. I don't know, like lifting your knee up for like kind of like a lunge type thing, or like, I don't know, like twisting your body.
Yeah, there was one where it was like chair pose or something. So you look like you're kind of sitting, and then you like thrust your arms up like you're punching
like you're
him.
uppercutting him somehow. So I don't know. I think that will just be kind of goofy, but.
And then you were saying that there was a way to do like custom workouts, and then there's also
So like the adventure mode, it's like you have the ring, and then you also have I think a Joy-Con is in the ring. I don't know I think it's only one Joy-Con is in the ring. Right. And then one of the Joy-Cons is strapped around your leg, your thigh.
Very stylish, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the levels in adventure mode is kind of it's like on a rail. It's on a track. You're following this track. You can't really go off of it, but you move by running in place. So the Joy-Con that's on your thigh is tracking how, I'm guessing, I don't know, it's using gyro somehow, something.
Yeah.
And however fast you're moving your leg up and down is how fast you actually traverse the world. And you can get into fights if you get into like a battle, it's kind of like a turn-based type thing from what I've seen. And you use different moves, and the moves are different exercise poses and like crunches and just all these different things. And the thing that I thought was neat is that it doesn't let you pick the same move over and over again. So like, let's say you have
force you to exercise more.
Yeah, it's like it forces you to get more of like a all-around exercise. You can't just like, oh, pushing like the ring in is the easiest one for me. I'm only gonna do that one ever. It's like I think if you do that once or twice in a row, it like grays it out or something. Or you can pick, I think, a mode where it just gives it to you randomly, which I think is kind of what I want to try, because I just want to be like, I just want it to be prompted. I don't want to pick. I just want it to be like, all right, to do this fight, you have to do this. Go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what my imagination's thinking right now. I'm wondering how difficult this is, because I presume they're not going to let you lose a video game part, or else you'll be in situations like, I can't beat this boss, but my abs hurt so bad.
Well, that's the thing. I was reading, because they had like a thing set up where you could actually go play it, and I was reading like interviews from that, and I don't think anyone from the demo actually like died, but the rep from Nintendo said you can die, but it's probably very difficult to die.
Okay.
And I guess like as you're going through this, like it keeps track of how the number of exercises you do within like a stage or whatever they're called. And if you die, it doesn't take that off of like your profile. But I think you may have to start the stage again. But I think it's like I think it's like the number of reps you do or the exercises counts as like experience. So it's like if you keep trying long enough, you'll eventually be at a part where you can grind your way out. You'll be at a high enough level.
It's like an accurate representation of working out to get stronger.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
And I'm hoping if you die of a heart attack because you're fat.
Right, yeah. It shows your guy like on the ground. So yeah.
So what I really hope happens is you guys somehow become like models of human.
We're gonna be
muscle
shredded by the time I'm out of grad.
I'm gonna look like a chiseled sculpture.
I'm gonna look like
I have no choice but to buy this game because of just looking at you.
I'm gonna be the next Sports Illustrated model on the front cover.
What if we did this and had such great results, like a news article like picked it up? I think that would be so hilarious.
That would be so funny.
I think you have to commit to this now. No matter what,
I've already
you have to
said.
try hard
I
this.
said last episode I'm gonna do this for
Yeah.
like literally an entire year and see what the before and after is.
Yeah, but no, you just committed higher. See, now you're 100%. You need to get a 10 pack and
Right? Yeah, of
have
course.
You don't even
muscles
have
the
that many
size of-
muscles in your abs.
I just, yeah. I, I'm pretty hyped about it. The thing that I don't know about is how long it's gonna keep my attention for.
DLC. I hope.
I don't
mean,
think it'll have DLC.
I hope. Or maybe an
I figured-
expansion.
I just figured out how we become popular. We have the most comprehensive coverage of Ring Fit Adventure for the next 5 years.
Okay, perfect.
All we do is talk about Ring Fit Adventure.
It's very niche, but I think we can do it.
Do you like a Twitch stream? It's like a early morning stream where people, if they don't have the game, they can just watch you. It's like an exercise program type thing.
Ooh, we could be like Jane Fonda or something.
Yeah. Put on like the headband and like the old school like
Tube socks.
tube socks stuff.
I'll put on like spandex
colors.
unitard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
neon, everything.
Yeah. That'll be great. I know how to tease my hair pretty well, so just get some Aquanet and do that. Is that the sound that we'd be making?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Well, because you don't want to seem like you're in pain. You gotta seem like, yeah, we're enjoying this. Working out's cool, you know.
Be
You don't
Okay.
follow?
Just need some upbeat 80s music to go with it.
Right.
And then that'll mask the grunts of pain and exhaustion.
So yeah, there's the adventure mode, which is all that stuff. There's like a custom mode where I think you create the workout.
So you can just do 70,000 push-ups and call it good.
I think so. It's something like that. And then I think there's another.
It's
like
quick
quick play or something where.
You like pick a level.
Yeah, you just like. I think how it works is like you just pick like, oh, I want like an upper body workout or a lower body workout or core workout,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just. I think it either has some workouts for you to choose from or just a preset one, and you just do it that way. Or I think, which is kind of neat, is you can do a workout based off of how much time you have. So you can say, I have 10 minutes, give me a pre-made like 10-minute workout, and it will just, I don't know how it determines what exercises to do. I don't know if you get to pick like what muscle regions you want, but I thought that was neat because it's like, I can see that if you're on the go, it's like, oh, I want to get a 10-minute workout in before I got to go do whatever. It's at least something, you know. It's not like you have to go through this entire adventure stage that might take 20, 30 minutes. I don't really know how long they take. So, yeah.
If a stage takes 20, 30 minutes, I will be very, very impressed.
I don't know, I can't say how long most of the stages are, but like they were acting like the final boss is like
20 minutes.
20, 30 minutes.
They were saying 15 to 20.
But every single person that's reviewed it were saying like, I didn't know if this was going to be like a joke, kind of like how Wii Fit was. Wii Fit was like really branding itself as an exercise game, but like really lacked like the intensity of like, yeah. But every single person that I've seen that has played this game is like, yeah, I was sweating within like the first 10 minutes. Because like you're running in place to get from everywhere, like that's a good amount of cardio right there. And if you're having to run in place and then anytime you stop running in place is to do like a certain workout move, I can see how that could get tiring pretty quick.
You mean you're not going to use the middle school pedometer strategy for running in place? It's kind of like...
Yeah, you just, you don't actually run. You throw your Poke Walker on top of the dryer with clothes in it.
You better play this with with the Joy-Con on your leg, a Walker on your belt.
I'll be standing on
Might as well.
I'll be standing on a Wii Fit balance board too.
And you'll be hiding in the corner, shaking your Digiwalker on your belt loop.
What a great image. So yeah, October 18th. I don't know how I'm gonna. I feel like this is gonna be the one game that I don't own digitally, because I have to buy a physical copy to get the ring.
Ooh, that's actually a very good point, because I would be too lazy to ever switch the cartridge. But then again, it's not like I played Breath of the Wild on a whim.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if this is my only physical cartridge that I'm gonna own, well, it's gonna always be in there. I can always work out. I have no excuse.
You have 0 right now? You didn't even buy Breath of the Wild as
Nothing.
physical?
I bought a massive
Micro SD.
micro SD. Yeah.
Nice. I knew I would have the one slot, so I bought Breath of the Wild on launch day, thinking, well, it's going to be a big game.
Right.
But yeah.
So yeah, I'll always have that. I'll always have my ring by my side. I was also reading somewhere that you can take the ring on the go and do exercises with just the ring, and somehow you can bring it back home and it like syncs up how many reps you've done or something. Kind of like a Digiwalker step counter type
just
thing.
Just in the office, gonna do some reps on my break.
Well, I don't know. I think it's for people that want to go to the gym and like do that at the gym for some reason. I don't know why you'd want to do that.
There is no way that anyone in the world brings that to their gym.
I know. I don't
Maybe
know.
it's like to go outside and get fresh air while you're doing it.
Yeah, true.
Or if you're going to be gone literally all day, like at work or something, on your break, you can find a closet of shame to hide in and just do it in there. Like go in a bathroom stall, the big one.
Stall and just do this for 10 minutes. Do squats onto the toilet.
Wait, that's not what you do normally?
No, it is.
I mean, it's probably what you do, Mr.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
That's how I work out. Ooh, ooh. So yeah, we're gonna be shredded, and Brock's not gonna be until he gets the game, and then he will be shredded.
Totally, dude.
I'm gonna get freaking yoked.
Amen. So is that all we got? Is that all the games? Big news?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're done here. I think we're done here. All right.
So
that has been
Untitled Goose Game. We're gonna play it.
Right.
And next week there's gonna be comprehensive coverage of the Goose.
Good. Yeah, let's play that. I need to pick that up. It looks super fun.
Yeah.
We'll slate that next time.
We need more weed in, to get people watching the next episode.
Just wait until next episode when we play Untitled Goose Game. Whoa, copyright. Copyright. So yeah, it's been Fourshade Studios podcast, episode number 23. We will see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Real.